the Chargers might be forced to sell their team. The Los Angeles Times reports that Dee Spanos, one of the late Alex Spanos' daughter, wants to sell the team. She says that they're in a dire financial situation, and the only way to get out of this is to sell the team. Alex Spanos, the late Alex Spanos, purchased 60% of the team for $70 million way back when. And now they own 96% of the Chargers, and the four siblings control 15% of the team. That adds up to 60, and I believe the rest of the 36% is in a trust that Dee and Dean Spanos control. So basically, the trust has debt of over $350 million. That's what Dee Spanos Barbarian is reporting, and the only way to get out of that debt is to sell the team. Meanwhile, Alexandria, Michael, and Dean have said that they will not sell the team, that if Dee wants to sell her 15% of the team, that they will buy it off of her, and that the Chargers will not be changing ownership. It's just a wild situation. I don't know who to believe. We got to see how this story develops. If Dee is right, if she's correct about the Spanos family being in a dire financial situation, then it might force them to sell the team. It looks like the brothers, the other siblings, do not want to sell the team. They're being stubborn, or I don't know, maybe they're calling Dee a liar that they're not in a dire situation. We got to find out who's telling the truth. But just from history, I would say that I would kind of believe Dee, because the Spanos family has been kind of labeled as being cheap. They were cheap when San Diego offered them a deal to build a new stadium. They wanted the city to cover more of the bill. They were cheap when it came to re-signing players. It always looked like they weren't capable of signing their players to extensions. I'm talking the late Vincent Jackson, Darren Sproles, Michael Turner, Sean Phillips. There was just numerous players, Cromartie. It just looks like there was numerous players in the team that could have stayed with the Chargers, but because the Spanos were cheap, they were let go, and they found success with other teams. So, they're cheap. They might be in dire financial situation. We'll see how this plays out. I myself am a San Diego native. I used to be a diehard Charger fans. I never got to go to a Charger game because, money was tight when I was little, when I was in San Diego. But I was one of those people that would go to their off-season trainings. I would go to their little scrimmages with other teams. So I was invested with the Chargers. Not gonna lie, they probably made me drop a tear or two growing up. But the thing that really killed my fandom for them was just seeing how much the Spanos family didn't care about San Diego, how they didn't really put an effort to stay in San Diego. They were chasing the money. They were chasing Los Angeles, and it didn't matter what San Diego offered them. Any deal that San Diego put on the table to build a new stadium in San Diego was shot down by the Spanos family. And because of that, it rubbed me the wrong way, and I just felt like I couldn't keep supporting a team that was ran by this family. So if this report is true, if the Spanos are really in, cash strapped and they got to sell the team, I would be all for it. Whoever comes in and buys that team, I'm a free agent fan right now. I would not be a free agent anymore. I would sign with the Chargers, and I would be a Charger fan again. Depending on who the buyer is, my excitement level will range. But it is rumored that Jeff Bezos is one of those candidates that is looking to buy an NFL franchise, the richest man in the world. That would be crazy for the Chargers. I think just having Jeff Bezos as their owner would be a complete 180 for the Chargers. Jeff Bezos, the richest man alive. I know he will not hesitate to spend money. You would see the Chargers have the best training facilities, the best trainers, the best coaches. And I think it would be a good transition for the Chargers if it were to happen. Obviously, this might be a pipe dream. Like, we don't know where this is going to end up with the Spanos family. Is Dee Spanos Barbarian telling the truth? It could just be family drama. You know how families sometimes just argue, sometimes just butt heads. We've all been there, I would imagine. But I gotta follow this story. This definitely caught my attention, especially as an ex-Charger fan. This is one of those stories that I was like, whoa, are the Spanos really gonna be forced to sell their team? Like, this is definitely something we gotta keep an eye on. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Chargers are gonna sell the team, or is this too good to be true? If you're a Charger fan, I could imagine most Charger fans would want the Spanos family to sell the team. It's kind of like how most Washington football teams fans want Dan Snyder to sell the team. I believe most Charger fans want the Spanos families to change ownership to sell the team. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is gonna happen? You think D Spanos Barbarian is telling the truth, or do you think this is all just smoke and mirrors and nothing's gonna happen? It's just another story in the offseason that's gonna get lost in the next 2 weeks and we forget about it, or is there some legs to this and the Chargers really gonna change ownership? Are we gonna say the Amazon Chargers? Let me know what you guys think. Personally, I think there might be some truth to this, but I don't know if anything big is really gonna happen. Like, it might just be that the other Spanos siblings just end up buying D Spanos Barbarian portion of the team. I think that's the most realistic option. But hopefully they have to sell, if I'm being honest.